According to my not very scientific research, President Edgar Lungu is probably the most popular political figure in Zambia. He continues to attract support and enjoys a lot of goodwill from a broad spectrum of the Zambian society. So much that many people avoid criticizing him directly. Many of us have taken the stance that we need to allow the man enough space to work without too much criticism. The common approach has been to magnify his wins, sometimes even when they are minor. But whenever something goes wrong, we lay the blame at someone else's feet. Food shortages, the highest meal prices that we've ever seen. Who do we blame? The Minister of Agriculture. Load shedding has intensified, despite repeated assurances from the government. We blame ZESCO. Take the Constitution Amendment. Bill 10 is before Parliament, sponsored by the Executive, with provisions that the country has roundly rejected. We blame the Justice Minister. While Mr. Lungu continues to remain popular, there is growing desperation in this country. We are even now starting to see more and more people, including some of Mr. Lungu's loyal supporters, start to criticize his government. You know what? There comes a time when people will be forced to start directing some of these questions at the very top. He needs to act now or risk squandering all the goodwill he enjoys as a given. We are facing a food crisis. Wakateka, talk to us directly. We are tired of hearing empty words from your ministers. We do not elect ministers, and clearly they do not feel accountable to us. It's no wonder they lie to us with impunity. So if their boss will not hold them accountable, how can we expect any better from them? Now, before we go, let us take a moment to recognize some elder statesmen who've had to make what must be a very difficult choice. Sit by and watch a country that they love deteriorate, to avoid antagonizing a government that is not known to take criticism gracefully, no matter how constructive, or speak out and risk being peppered with all manner of insults, get called all sorts of names, and potentially suffer untold consequences. I am pretty sure it wasn't easy for Honorable Michael Kayingu and Honorable Bob Schinga, who both served under the PF government. It must have been difficult for them to decide to break their silence. Honorable Schinga's key message to the president is this: please address the nation. Simple. Then Honorable Kayingu is warning of the dangers of taking the constitutional amendment process too casually. He's warning our elected officials to not get carried away by the power that they enjoy today. We must never make laws just to fix a temporary situation or to advantage one person, because those same bad laws could later be misapplied even to our own detriment in the future. Let us not put bad provisions in our constitution simply because we think today's leadership cannot abuse those provisions. Instead, let us focus on provisions that are going to guarantee our freedoms and protect our democracy no matter who ascends to power in future. That is the patriotic thing to do. He who has ears, let him hear and take heed.